Hey yo, Love and Hip Hop Atlanta Season 3 Reunion Part 2 was so good. I ain't even write no notes this time. We just gonna go ahead off the top of the dome. We're gonna talk about it. And if you just came just to see the episode, don't worry. It is down below in the description box. So go ahead, hit me up with a like. Cause I got you, alright? Just go ahead and press the little thumbs up button. Right there. Thank you. Alright, y'all. So, this is the big part of the reunion that everybody's been waiting for. It was the fight. How the fight started was Joseline, Stevie on the stage, Benzino off stage. I don't know where the hell Althea was this time. But Benzino kept talking about how hot it is, just like it's hot right now, because I am sweating. He kept talking about, Stevie kept talking about how hot it was. And, you know, he was like, it's hot. This a nice place, y'all ain't got no AC. And Josh was like, well, yeah, can't y'all turn on the AC? And Stevie's down there talking, I think, to Kirk, like, it's the cocaine. That cocaine that do it to you every time. And Benzino is loud enough and close enough to the stage where Stevie and Joseline can hear them. So when Stevie and Joseline goes up on stage, tensions was high as fuck. Okay? Soon as, I don't know what the hell they was arguing about. I don't even think they was arguing much. And, you know, I think one of them called him a fuck boy or fuck you nigga, some shit like that. And Stevie's like, you know, we can do something right now. We can do something right now. And Benzino like, you don't want to do all that. You know, security right here. You ain't trying to do that. Because we can do something. As soon as they say that, excuse me, y'all, that was nasty. As soon as they say that, Stevie and Joseline get up. Joseline started clocking out there and the dang couch flipped over. They start fighting. The security is trying to break them apart. Security breaks Benzino apart. They're trying to get out there. Joseline, it was just one big old blur, basically. They were trying to, they're about to fuck the security guard up, trying to get to each other. They yelling at the security, get off me, get off me. Security's trying to get Joseline to go this way. Security's trying to get out there this way. Out there somehow got to Joseline because she was trying to fuck her up too. She was like, These niggas lost their mind, okay? I don't even know what this was a blur. Once they, you know, got Benzino and out there, somehow somehow Joseline and Stevie broke away. Stevie, I don't know what the fuck he was doing, but Joseline went up to Tammy, who was sitting on the couch just chilling and talking to Mama D and Bammy, and she just started trying to swing on Tammy. Tammy had this long ponytail that went down to her butt, right? Once Joseline threw a punch at her, Tammy ducked, and that damn ponytail came off. Next thing you know, Tammy, you know, hair is up in the air. And she like, get off me, get off me, get off me. And once Joseline, you know, swung at Tammy, dead, bop, 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 to her head because, you know, shit, Walker went there to protect her, so she had to protect her daughter-in-law. Somebody let Tammy go. I don't know who the hell was dumb enough to let Tammy go. Tammy said, get off me, and these fools let her go. She go to the bar, grab a whole bunch of drinks or bottles or whatever. Next thing you know, Joseline is on the other couch on the other side of the room where they was originally fighting at, talking to the producer, Steven. And Tammy go, whoop, like, trying to hit her in the head. I'm glad they they ducked, because Tammy would have fucked her up with that damn bottle in her head. Now, that shit wouldn't have been funny. But, hell, I don't blame her. How you just gonna start whooping somebody's ass out of nowhere? Like, she didn't even have no warning. Like, y'all weren't even talking. You weren't even on her side of the room. You just came for her out of nowhere. These niggas crazy. So, after that, Benzino and Althea left on their own, and Stevie and Jocelyn was escorted out. They could no longer be in the reunion, and they also got rid of the audience because it was so much chaos. So then, it's the rest of the cast. They're finishing the show off without them. So they're talking to them, and it's Rashida, Carly, Kirk, Kalina, Tony, what's that, Don, Mama D, Scrappy, Bambi, all them there sitting on the couch, and with Samore. And Samore's like, so what happened? Like, I don't even understand. And they was like, well, basically how it started was, you know, Stevie and I think not Stevie and Bam. Stevie and Jocelyn was sitting on one side, and Stevie was talking about how hot it was, and, you know, I already mentioned to y'all that they started talking about AC, and they heard Benzino saying that it was the coke, it was the cocaine or whatever. And once they came up, you know, once Benzino and Althea came up on the other side of the stage, they was ready to fight. They was ready to go. They was exchanging words or whatever, and they just gotta start beating Althea's ass. Basically, Jocelyn just started swinging. And Samore's like, wow, that is crazy, because a few minutes before, me and her was just sitting here talking about shoes. Like, she wasn't even mad. She was actually, you know, she wasn't mad. She went to 0 to 100, like, seriously. And, yeah, they talking about, yeah, it's crazy. You know, they saying that she's on drugs. I've heard that several times. She got to be on something, because how do you go from being calm like that to just, I'm fucking everybody up, line up, bitches, like, for real. Come on now. So then, this might be a long review, y'all, because I'm going to tell y'all about this shit in the reunion. So, they go on and they start talking about, how she jumped on Tammy. And they was like, well, Tammy was just sitting there. It was like, we didn't even expect Tammy to start fighting. And Tammy was just sitting there talking to Mama D. And Deb had walked over because they were trying to get away from the fight. The fight was on the other side of the room. And Deb was like, well, you know, I gotta, Walker's not here, so I gotta protect my daughter-in-law. And as soon as she said that, Mama D said 20 seconds later, Jocelyn was over there like, yeah, bitch, I don't like you either. Boom. Like, damn, Jocelyn, you really was handing out ass whoopings. And they said right after that, she was like, who's next? Who's next? She was on the prowl. So they go in to start talking about Mimi and Jocelyn. And they says, you know, Stevie and Jocelyn was walking past Mimi on the stairs. Everybody's heard the rumors, so you know it's true. Stevie didn't even really notice Jocelyn because not Jocelyn. Stevie didn't even really notice me because he was so gone. He was in front of Jocelyn. And Mimi said Jocelyn was like, bitch, what? What you say? And Mimi's like, everything doesn't have to be about you. And then she just swung on her and they was pulling hair. They was on the floor pulling each other's hair. Now this shit was crazy, y'all. They asked Nico. So Nico, what were you doing? Oh, I was trying to get to Mimi, you know, but the security guard, they ended up pushing me away. They, you know, dragged me away to the other side of another part of the, you know, the building. And as they're saying this, as he's saying this, Love and Hip Hop is playing little clips of what actually was going on. See, when Mimi and Jocelyn was fighting, Nico standing like this. They moved Nico out the way. Nico ain't do shit but sit there and look. They moved Nico out the way. He's like, yeah, security guards had escorted me to another side of the building. Nico walking calmly like this with the security guard. It ain't like they didn't have to tell him, but come on, Nico, let's walk over here. Everybody else and Amen had to get pulled away by several security guards. No, nigga, you get walked away by one. They didn't even have to convince your ass anything. You wasn't concerned about Mimi. You don't give a fuck about her, and that really shows on this clip. Like, this shit was funny as hell. Then they show him in the back room. He wasn't even checking on Mimi. He in the back room on the phone with his old wannabe ass. Cocaine is a hell of a drug. So what's next? What's our next move? Damn, you really care about Mimi, huh? You real genuine, Nico, and you expect people to trust your ass. That nigga is a serious slime ball. For real. Who the hell would trust this nigga? Come on now. And I think even Mimi, when they was talking about it, Mimi's like, well, they do move you to a different side. No, bitch. He wasn't checking for your ass at all, and I can't wait for you to see this damn clip of him talking on the phone and not even doing anything to try to get for you. He was not checking for your ass at all. And Arian was like, well, I feel if you really wanted to get to her, you would have tried harder. You would have, get to her. Arian, let me tell you something. If you really wanted to get to her, he would at least tried. He didn't even try. Ain't no try harder. You gotta try first before you try harder. He ain't do none of that shit. He don't care. And y'all got to see that part. That part was funny as hell. I thought that shit was like a sketch or some comedy. That was hilarious. So then they're talking about, Jocelyn's childhood. They're talking about Jocelyn has to be on something. And Deb is like, well, I don't know if she's on something. I'm just going to say the girl got issues. And Don is like, well, me and Jocelyn don't get along, but me and her were really friends. And I can't stand to see her like that. I can't stand because she was my friend. I really cared about her. Okay. No. And Mom D is next to her like, girl, don't cry. Like, for real, Don, that's how you feel. I don't know, maybe she was genuine, maybe she was not. Don is not as bad as Nico, but she reminds me of him because I just don't feel like she's genuine. She's like, she was my friend, and I really cared about her, and just to see her like this, and to see her just go through all of this, and it's like, it's crazy. It's crazy. Okay, don't turn, I'm not done yet. Okay. It hurts me. You got that, cameraman? Okay. This hurts me to see Jocelyn go through this. It really does. I just feel like before she was good, it's just bad. Since she's been with Stevie, it's just all go bad. And they start talking about Jocelyn, Don says she was doing a little stuff before, but now it's getting worse, okay? It's getting worse. And talking about she comes from a background of prostitution, and she sees Stevie as Jocelyn's pimp. And Mimi sitting on the stage like, and it was like, Mimi, do you see it as that? And he was like, I don't see nothing. I don't care. They can have their life. I don't care about them at all. Arian's like, she's a beautiful girl. I don't understand, why she's so insecure. She does really need help. Like, and then they flash back to they started talking about how Stevie came in. Stevie was pleasant, you know. He was nice to everybody. He was saying hi to Arian. So they cut back to that clip, and Stevie and Arian is shaking hands. And Jocelyn bends over like this. You fake hoe, I don't like you. But don't worry, I'm not going to fight you. I'm going to fight somebody else. Now let go of my man's hand. Alright. And Arian didn't say nothing. Arian, I said, okay, she really did come dressed to fight. Everybody else is saying, you see how we all dress classy and stuff for this? She didn't, she came like she was dressed to fight. And Simone was like, yeah, she did tell me, said, I ain't about to get dressed like I'm going to the Oscars. You know, this is Love and Hip Hop. Bitch. Jocelyn, you is... Someone said that Jocelyn needs Jesus, and I'm going to say everybody that is, you know, Christian, believe in Jesus, please pray for Jocelyn. Please, because she is truly going through something. That is drugs. Like Deb said, that was not a human being that I clocked in the head. That was not a human being that I clocked in the head. She was like, that was something else. That was, basically, that was other. That wasn't her. It just wasn't. It wasn't her. I didn't come here for this. Mama D chimes in. She's like, I just want everybody to know. Deb didn't come here for this. Deb is not about that. And Deb's like, well, I want to correct you and let you know this. Deb is about wherever. If it gets run my way, we can do whatever. Deb let her know, look, I didn't want to resort back to that. But we could get, let's keep it funky. We're going to get down. Some more asks everybody on stage, who has a relationship with Jocelyn? Nobody says anything. Erica's like, well, Jocelyn is, she don't have a relationship with nobody on the stage. No one. And Samora's like, well, Carly, you have some bit of a relationship with Jocelyn. And she's like, well, me and Jocelyn had our thing back in the past, but well, we go here, we butt heads sometimes, but for the most part, we're pretty cordial. And Rashid is like, keep it funky, Carly, Jocelyn is not your friend, honey. She is not your friend. And Carly's like, well, I didn't say that she was my friend. I just said that we had our thing in the past, and we're cool now. Carly wants so bad for everybody to be her friend. She does. She even taking up for Jocelyn. Well, Jocelyn had her thing with Althea for months. And for Tammy, with Tammy, she had her thing going back and forth with Tammy for a long time. And even with Mimi. And Rashida's like, well, look, Carly, you and Althea don't get along. But you still sitting here like a grown-ass woman. Y'all not fighting each other. Y'all not going back and forth like this. You know, there's really no excuse for this shit. Just because the tension's been building up. No, y'all sat here like y'all had some damn sense. Althea sat here like she had some sense. Jocelyn is the one that just lost her mind and started jumping on everybody. They started talking to Tammy. I'm all over the place, y'all. They asked Tammy, you know, what happened, and she's like, I don't know, I was just sitting there. And I was sitting there next to my girl Bambi, and next thing you know, she swings for me, and luckily, I ducked and she got my ponytail, cause my ponytail was not on good, and then, you know, I tried to get her, basically. She's like, you know, I was heated, I was pissed, and they were like, and she was like, luckily Waka was not here. And they was like, well, are you going to tell him? And he was like, we told him. So they cut back to the scene where Deb is on the phone with Waka. And Tammy's like, fuck that nigga. He was supposed to be here anyways. I said, well, damn, Tammy. Damn, you wasn't saying on the phone, huh? But now you like, oh, luckily Walker's not here. Okay, Tammy. Alright. That shit was funny, though. I guess she was just heated. She was heated when she started coming to, you know, her senses. Then she realized that it was a good thing that Walker was, there. And shit, it probably was, cause who know what the fuck they would've did. Love and Hip Hop Part 2 was basically them just discussing everything about Joseline. Next episode is going to be Joseline and Stevie, I guess, in a hotel room being interviewed separately. This side on the fight. And then it's going to be Benzino and Althea on their side of the fight. Now, what I do see is Benzino is yelling and he's got security holding him back on the next episode in the hotel or the conference room, whatever it is. And he like, man, what the, like, just yelling. I'm like, I know Love and Hip Hop don't have the balls to put these niggas in the same hotel next together at the same time while they had to break them up and take them out of the fight in the first place. I mean, out of the reunion in the first place. Now, you just asking for drama if you do that shit. Because Stevie, and let's face it, Stevie and Benzino's, their relationship, they had a, you know, a breakup to make up type bromance. But this shit is over. They no longer fucking with each other. I doubt if they ever fought before. Especially, it's involving they women. They're not playing no more. This shit is serious. I've heard that, Althea has a lawsuit or she's pressing charges, something against Joseline. This shit is no longer a joke. That part, I believe, was not scripted. Even though it might have been egged on. These niggas not playing when it comes to that part. Okay, the fighting and shit, they not playing at all. So, we gonna review Love and Hip Hop Part 3, the conclusion, next week. And y'all stay tuned, like, comment, share, and subscribe. This shit was crazy. Joseline, yes, she does need help. She has to be on something. I just watched the video of the guy that they had on there before, Flight Antony, where he said Joseline was sleeping with the driver or whatever. His cousin was on Vlad TV and they was interviewing him because he's the one that shot the video of her in the studio. And he was saying, you know, well, she was a freaky girl and that was the first night I smashed her. And she real grimy, you know. So y'all go ahead and check out that video. I do believe that Joseline is out here fucking these niggas. That reminds me, in the reunion, they said that, you know, everybody knows that their marriage isn't real because when Don said when Stevie proposed to Joseline and then Mimi, it embarrassed the hell out of her. She cried for days, which I understand that will fuck you up. That is some straight embarrassing shit. And she did whip his ass. I don't even blame her on that. Matter of fact, I think me and my mama both laughed at that part. She fucked him up. Okay? Seriously. Stevie is definitely, I think both of them are abusive, but I think Stevie is more abusive and, like, mentally, like, you know, manipulating her and just straight up, just crazy shit. Like, I don't know. Joseline needs help. If y'all care about this girl, pray for her. Okay, 'cause she lost it. Pray for Stevie. Pray for Althea and Benzino. Pray for all of them. Like they said, you know, on the cast or whatever, they try to blame everything on Love and Hip Hop. No, these are the individuals. Some of them got their own demons that they are fighting with. And it's crazy. Joseline is a beautiful girl. Yes, she's very jealous. out of, you know, for nothing. Like, Tammy's like, I don't even understand why, you know, she's so territorial with me. Like, I don't want your man. I'm not trying to come for you. And Mimi tells her, it's like, it's because you're pretty. Anybody that's pretty, anything like that, she just got a problem with it. She ain't trying to deal with that. And it's sad. It really is. Yeah, we get our little laughs and giggles out of this, but it does come to a point where it's like, okay, she's self-destructing, and it can be, you know, very, very dangerous. So, y'all stay tuned for the conclusion of the reunion of season 3. They gonna go back and forth with interviewing Stevie and Jocelyn and Benzino out there, and they gonna get into, you know, the rest of the cast, because really, after this episode, I mean, after the whole fight or whatever, they wasn't even really like just talking about anything. Anything they were talking about had to do with Jocelyn the whole time. So, God bless y'all. And like, comment, share, subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at Jazz Chapman. And check out my cooking channel, Cooking with Jazz Chapman. And y'all be easy, alright?